Yeah, good afternoon again, everybody. Welcome into another Sunday afternoon of not quite NFL, but damn close to it. BOILeR action. Good to see y'all again. Get some music going here. Now it feels normal because I don't get to hear the intro anymore on this computer. It's breaking my heart. So there's all the links in chat for who does the intro. That's Dorcas1218 on the video, Family Jewel 7X on the audio. They did a freaking awesome job. Again, this is Family Jewel 7X as well, so gotta love these guys, seriously. Thank you guys again. I have not said it enough all season, but those two did an amazing job on that intro. So thank you to both. Again, everybody give it up for those two. Hit up all three of those links, actually. Follow up every one of those channels. Those guys are awesome. Again, like I said, welcome in. We got 4 races about to start up here today. Actually, we just did start them. So again, good luck to both of these guys. We got Cdrbystro on the left. He's going to be taking on Melloace, one of your playoff contestants in the NFC on the right-hand side. And off to some pretty crappy starts so far. We got a few resets going. What we do here, if anyone is new, is we do a best 2 out of 3 race using Isaac and the same Platinum God save file, meaning every single item is on these two. Now, there's 7 banned items on the way down. Excuse me, and again, we race through the womb too, so you have to do a best 2 out of 3. Kill Mom's heart, we reset both racers, start from scratch again. 7 banned items on the way down, as I was saying. Let me get these listed out in chat. You can still see them. There we go. Thank you very much, Odin. So beat me to it. We got Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, Ipecac, Dead Sea Scrolls, Holy Bible, Toothpicks, and the Shovel are all outlawed. Wow, we got some nice items going on now. Finally, we got something decent here. Oh, excuse me. And again, those are all able to be rerolled. Nothing else is. D6 is off limits otherwise. We already got Melloace ripping through his first floor. 5 poison bombs with Pop's Curse. Just picked up Squeezy for fire rate increase. He's going to get another 4th heart container here as he takes that half an eternal heart on down to the next floor with him. That's a human, by the way, if you can hear that. Anyways, Bystro's got slowdown effect on his spider bite there. So you notice he's slowing Larry Jr. down. Just about done with his floor as well. He's also got Shoop to Whoop. You saw that one-time brimstone usage. Wow, to that devil deal on Mello's side. I may take both. I think I'm taking both. Parasite's gonna, yep, he is too. He's gonna split his shots now with Parasite when they come in contact with anything. There you see, as soon as it hits the wall, that orange shot is splitting off to the 2 sides. Money equals power also for Melloace means that any coin he picks up is gonna add on to his damage. Again, both onto their second floors, looking at their item rooms. Neither has a key to get in yet, though. By the way, I will remember to close my window between the races, so I apologize if you hear anything from outside, but I can't do anything about it at the moment. Alright, like I said, the never-ending, I should say, search for keys begins on both sides here, as neither has got one to get into their items. Mello, the first to get lucky enough, though, after putting out the poop, actually opens up a treasure chest finding his, so we'll be back for his item room. Alright, Bystro, by the way, got a little bit of range up off of Mom's heels. Interesting. Horror Babylon. If Melloace gets down to just 1/2 a red heart remaining, he's going to turn into that monster you saw there, which ups his damage even further. Problem is, at the moment, he's obviously at 2 red hearts, and he's holding onto blue soul hearts, so it's going to be a little tough to get through that, unless maybe you find a blood donation machine, or Guppy's Paw, for example. Has Spaz learned to speak human? Sad thing is, he probably could, and just isn't letting on that he can. That's my opinion of my cat. So we're both into our second boss fights here. Bystro's still not lucky enough to find a key, though, so no item room on his second floor. However, he's fighting Monstro. We got a little bit tougher boss, though a much easier time of it with those split shots on Melloace's side on the right with the Headless Horseman. So Mello's going to get a very interesting item here. Probably going to wind up replacing his D6 very early on. So I'm guessing it right now, but he'll probably wind up taking the pony, which is going to give him flying plus movement speed and a charge ability, making you invincible and charging you in a straight line whatever direction you go. And indeed, that's probably exactly what we're doing here. Yes, it is. So Mello with flying is going to move on down to caves. And Bystro not far behind, about to finish off Monstro. Really, actually, probably hoping for the box of items for a key. Ooh, no such luck. Does get a devil deal out of this, though. So Squeezy, plus fire rate, 2 soul hearts. And I was going to say, probably going to take this too. The mark on the right-hand side is going to up Bystro's damage movement speed again. Gives him 1 soul heart in place of the 2 reds that he spent. Ooh, Guppy's Tail, one of the Guppy items. No keys makes that a very tough pickup, though. Bystro going to leave it behind. I don't blame him. Yes, it would have gotten you one of the 3 pieces that you need to make Guppy, but at the same point, It doesn't help you right now in the fact that it's not going to help you get key spawns. It's going to spawn pretty much nothing but locked chests for you. And as you can tell, with no keys, you're not getting anything out of that, except for not into your item rooms, and that's brutal throughout the span of a race. So Mello's going to continue searching on this Caves 1. We got Bystro on the expansion version of the same floor, Catacombs 1. Mello's found his boss fight. Bystro just found his item room, and again, still searching for that key. May actually worry about this battle room. I was going to say, I may do it. So he's going to open up this chest. Here's one of the glitches we allow. He paused. There's his key, too, so it worked out perfectly. But here's one of the glitches we allow. If you pause right as you pick up an item in a challenge room, or in this case, open up that treasure chest, you'll actually hear as you keep waiting on the pause screen, every one of those enemies spawn in. So you'll hear and you'll know that all 3 waves actually just spawned in. Unpause, you can fight them all at the same time. Excuse me on this one. Glitches are only allowed if there's a risk involved, and as you can see, with having this many more enemies in the room, there's a risk. Alright, Mello finally finding his item room here, as he's literally almost full cleared, except for his store. The entirety of his Caves 1. A little bit of range up himself with Mom's Heals. And he's going to go looking for his secret room, because again, with money equals power, every one of those 6 pennies right there just added on. Let me give you a little breakdown here. If anybody looks in chat, that link that Spazbot's going to give you will show you the exact breakdown of how much money actually does up your damage with that item. And again, it goes all the way to 99 cents. There's no cap on that except for the game's cap of 99 cents. For that matter, if you want to see visual proof of that, I keep forgetting to link this one up too. We did a Mythbusters show week 14. So you can see all sorts of stuff getting proved. We have chat ask questions and like, what happens if you do this and this? Like, alright, let's test it. And we used Spider Mod and actually showed all the damage being done and where it all distributed to, and it was pretty dang cool. So there's a highlight of it right there. You can check out all sorts of myths being proven and disproven. Then we had some fun showing like what color the knife can be and, you know, all sorts of things. Whether like Cole affected the knife, what Quad Shot and Polyphemus would do, if Polyphemus did more damage than Sacred Heart, so on and so forth. So you'll actually see it all in action on there. And Bystro just about to catch up to Melloace. Mello's on Caves 2 right now, as he's already taken out his boss on that, or on Caves 1. Got the same thing happening for Bystro, as he's just about done with the Green Hollow. Gotta love that slowdown effect, especially in those boss fights. Magic 8 Ball is mismarked, not tears up, but shot speed increase. 2 hearts would double up the amount of red hearts in Bystro's containers, so if he gets down to half a heart, there you go, he could full heal, I guess. Doesn't really have much he could do with that. Melloace on the right-hand side, however, finding a really good item. That Rainbow Baby. So if you guys are sub to Cobalt too, if you want to hit me with those Rainbow Bromies. And yes, I know it's Cobalt Rainbow Me now, but whatever, you get the idea. Either way, follower with random tiers coming out from any of the followers, so you can get stuff like Little Gish, Ghost Baby, Brother Bobby, Sister Maggie, so on and so forth. Bystro into his secret room. Again, pretty easy to do so, mind you, but into his secret room, actually picking up the 1-up, so he's got an extra life, but again, only at that 1 red heart container. If he finds any more, it'll work for him in that 1-up as well, but right now, he would only come back to life with 1 red heart. There's that box of items we talked about, one of absolutely everything, including a trinket. In this case, Mello's going to pick up the Liberty Cap, random mushroom effects every room he goes into. And, let's see, might as well get a Judgy Please. He's going to drop that here in the Devil Deal in hopes of getting something, I would say free of charge, but it's costing him some money and some damage at the same time. Come on, give him something good. Soul Heart, technically good. He could use some health. Not a bad thing. Bombs are cool, but let's stop dropping his damage and actually give him an item here, Judgy. Judgy. Okay, health up. Not exactly what he was hoping for either, but does he want to spend it now? Not worth it with the Guppy's Head or Bloodlust for Melloace, so moving on down to his depths, keeping the advantage on Bystro, who's fighting off his boss fight here in Caves 2 already. And again, still no key to get into his item room. We're having this issue quite often on Bystro's side today. It's afternoon. I shouldn't say tonight yet. Whatever. It just feels like it because the Bears already got Raffles stomped by the freaking Lions. Another Devil Deal, another health container for Bystro. Oh, wow. Brimstone in the Pact. Oh, man. Gotta do it, don't you? He's making sure that he isn't going to die if he does this, and indeed he won't. So, Bystro picking up the Pact. Shot speed increase. Damage up. He's out of red hearts, though. He spent what he had, so no more red hearts. He's only got blue hearts left at the moment. Yes, he can still pick up more, but question is now, he's got a Depths XL floor. At the end of this, as soon as he kills off Mom's foot, he's going to wind up with a Polaroid. Maybe he doesn't want to pick up red health containers. Interesting. And thank you, Forbidden. Holy crap, thank you very much. Again, guys, this is just for today. I will have watched Breaking Bad by the end of tonight. Sub-only mode will be off tomorrow, so don't think that you guys have to do anything about this. It is just so that we don't get those spoilers today. Hell, we may have that on tomorrow, too, just in case people start being dips, but we'll see what happens. Either way, don't think that you have to do that just to type. It's just one day, guys, I promise. Mello moving ahead quickly here, really quickly finding his boss fight after item room. We got the relic on his side following him around. Every 4 rooms that he clears out, excuse me, that relic's going to spawn 1 blue soul heart for him. Ooh, you could get that free of charge. Yeah, here we go. Bystro is going to show you how. Look at this. Walks into a challenge room, takes the teleporting remote, teleports him into his first item room. Thank you. Let's assemble Team Bean. Because now we have the Bean on Bystro's side. That worked out beautifully. So the first of his 2 item rooms was teleported right on into. Gotta love it. This is why we love teleporting remotes, and that is why we love the Bean. Every single room you get to drop a poison cloud around you and damage everything. Oh, wow. That's a trolling chest. I hope Bystro doesn't have to go back through that room. 2 homing troll bombs out of a gray chest. What was that? So I think that makes up for the teleporting into his item room. That was a little weird. Wow. So Mello on down to the depths too. At 3 heart containers at the moment, so looking a little bit safer on his side, but probably still not exactly happy with that. Oh man, these Telebean. There we go, Bystro getting lucky enough to wind up with a soul heart here, so he's back up to 2.5 hearts himself. I really wonder if he's going to wind up taking a red health container if he does come across it. Yeah, Telebean? Sweet. Boss, that's a good one. I like that. Mello at the moment, technically speaking, in the lead. It is very hard to call a leader at this point, though, because Bystro's on an XL floor. He's got Depths 1 and Depths 2 combined. Mello's just says Necropolis, much like Bystro's only says the Depths. Bystro is on an XL. You can tell by the way that some of his rooms lay out. He's got 4 side by side in a square pattern. Mello has got a Curse of Darkness, so it's really hard for me to prove this to you, but he is on Depths 2. He's already taken out Gish on floor 1, which is why Little Gish is following him. Hadn't mentioned that yet. Excuse me. Anyways, Little Gish going to fire out Tartiers. Ooh, interesting. He's definitely going to take this. More health for Mello. Just what I was saying. Probably ain't going to argue with this. So the Lard gets him a little bit of speed down, but 2 health containers increased. Little Gish shooting out Tartiers, as I was saying. That's going to slow down movement speed and shot speed of enemies. So Mello's got a nice follower brigade going on. Dark. Somehow I could see that happening. You just walk around, just randomly drop poison clouds. I could see it being trolly too, though, because that could actually stop you in place for a few frames and actually get you hit. So I could see that actually working. Speaking of things that work, here's a rarity, if you will, and this has worked out very, very nicely for Bystro. He's got the I've seen everything glasses, meaning that he, as you noticed, didn't have to bomb into his secret room and got all the exits out of it. Now, there was a difference. He had greed in his secret room. Normally, you only get the one way back out of there if you want, and that's where you came in from. I've seen everything glasses, however, allowed him to keep going over to the other sides. You can never bomb through any other openings in those rooms, period. Doesn't matter when. So, Bystro got lucky. We call this moonstrats, as you just saw in chat, too. We call that moonstrat, and going through your secret room, you got a pretty good chance of being near your boss fight. And look at that, technically being near both of your boss fights in this case for Bystro. So we're getting really close. Technically, we're in the same room right now. Bystro is fighting a legitimate boss, and then right on the other side of this, he's going to wind up with Mom's foot. Same thing that Melloace is walking into, as I was just getting to, so he'll hang down with Blue Mom right down at the eyeball. I hope that there we go, that she'll pop her arm out. And with his split shot, should have a lot of coverage on that. There we go, that should bounce out to the center of the room as well. When Greed makes his move for him, he just gets to fly right over some of those rocks. Ooh, that was kind of freaking cheap. That was really kind of freaking cheap on Bystro's side. So I don't know how he could have technically dodged that. Wow. So the 1-up enacted. We got 1 life left with now half. Wow, really? Did that just spawn right underneath him? Because I didn't see that moving. Did that thing just spawn underneath Bystro? Wow, man. So Bystro back down to the beginning. Holy crap. Mello finishing off Blue Mama's going to move on down to the womb. So he's got a big advantage and 2 floors left to go through here. Only boss fights to look for in the womb. There's no stores, no item rooms down here. Oh, excuse me. Doing great, Forbidden. How about yourself, man? Yeah, what's up, Adder? Good to see you. Saw you say something before. Totally haven't said hi to you, though. I'm terrible about that some days. I'm sorry. I get wrapped up in the races and forget to say hi to everybody. I swear, when I do my normal casts, it's not like that. I will talk to everybody normally. Anyways, Bystar's starting off with Infestation this time, meaning if you get hit, you're going to spawn some friends till the end attack flies. That'll home in and do damage to enemies. Hey, what's up, Venom? And speaking of those boss fights, talk about your internal compass as well. Casper may be kind of pissed off that other people are finding this, especially in his own division and playoff contestants in his conference. Nonetheless, Mello right on over to his boss fight, getting Teratoma. Very, very easy boss fight, especially with your split shots here. And again, with 17 cents, gets back up to the point where he's got a decent amount of damage added on thanks to money equals power. But there's the oh-so-fun. Anything you make contact with, like I said, you split out those shots in a T-pattern. It really helps when you have all those extra enemies on screen. More health, and actually a little bit of shot speed increase for Mello. Ooh, terrible devil deal. So Guppy's Tail, he couldn't afford anyways. It cost 3 soul hearts. Same thing we saw with Bystro. Would have cursed you into not having any key spawns, lots of locked chests. Wouldn't have mattered too much for Mello. He would have been okay with that. But doesn't need it. The other item, the Forget Me Now pill, would have reset the entire floor that he was on, also getting rid of his space use item. So no need for that thing. If you're on a normal run, maybe you could have some fun with that, but definitely not in the womb, and definitely not at the cost of a heart and you're flying. Not gonna happen. Yeah, boss, that pill. Which pill would you be referring to, boss? I don't know what you mean. Alright, a little bit of health up there for Bystro. He's gonna move on down to his skates. But again, Mello just searching for that one last boss fight here. You're really good, Drummond. How about yourself? Yeah, that pill. That telepill. That was such a troll. And did you hear what we figured out last night, too? Is that actually because you had the 9 lives dead cat and plenty of bombs, you actually could have killed yourself in that room and spawned back outside. We didn't even think about that either, so like you didn't have to go to Shale, but one way or the other, it was a risk. I mean, do you take 3 heart containers to Shale as the boss, or do you kill yourself off in Womb 2 in a I Am Error room, get back out to the Womb 2 with 1 heart and try to kill off Mom's heart? Like, what do? You know what I mean? You actually wanted to? Nice. That's what I like to hear. Oh yeah, you didn't hear about that, Otaku? Yeah, he took random pills. What were you down to, like a heart and a half or something like that? Wound up taking pills trying to get heals out of it, and basically got Magic D250 right into a I Am Error room. I think it was, what, the Bean and the Book of Shadows, and took the Book of Shadows with him into Shale. But he only had the 3 heart containers. He had 9 lives dead cat, so as soon as he lost that, it was down to 1, and it was like, yeah, he had like 6 lives and 1 red heart, and yeah, in Shale, that doesn't go too well. Alright, good timing on that key spawn. Bystro into his new item room. Really crappy one, though. It's not going to affect much, mind you. It would actually affect that 1 tier you see coming out, but not his technology 2. That would have been homing tiers on the Telepathy for Dummies book. You see the 1 tier that he's still firing out of the eye that doesn't have technology in it. That would have still been affected. But on that note, Mello has found Mom's heart and moving right on into it, so plenty of heart containers. He's got 7 hearts here, 22 bombs. He's sitting kind of pretty for this fight. So my guess will be you'll see the... Well, actually, only going to do the single bomb technique. No, he is doing double bomb. I just saw the other one. Okay. I was, especially with 22, was kind of shocked he wasn't going to double bomb. You'll barely see it, but it'll drop 1 on the bottom, 1 up at the top here. And if it's just slightly far enough away, the bottom one won't move the top one. Both should hit Mom. And indeed, that's exactly what's happening. Doing really well here. Already down about 75% health on her. Again, just laying constant damage on her now. She'll stay out the rest of the fight. She's still poisoned, so there's your consistent damage, if nothing else. She'll take out those globins, hopefully for Mello. Mello's the one person that hates those things. Okay, the globin is gone. Now it is safe to say Mello has got a 1-0 lead. So very nicely done, dude. Again, if you guys already are week 12, I think it was, Mello against Princess Diana. Those globins, man, those are not his friends, those little red guys. If you don't kill those off at the right time and Mom dies, they're still in the room. Mello will tell you about it. He hates those things. Anyway, seriously, very nicely done. On both sides, for that matter. Bystro got kind of screwed by Mom's foot there. Like, that spawn, both of those spawns, actually, you got royally screwed, Bystro. So he was right there with Mello, but Mello takes his first round 1-0, so sitting pretty right now. Only needs one more in the next 2 rounds, excuse me, to take a victory here today. My voice is cracking. On that note, I'm going to go grab a drink, so do the same thing. We'll meet you right back here in about 2 minutes after we get them both reset. We'll get round number 2 underway, and we'll do the same thing you just saw. So be right here. Let me get you a link into, if I could type, let me get you a link into both Bystro and Mello's chats. And yes, I'm going to close the window, I know. But there you go. Go say what's up to these guys. I'll be right back in a few minutes. And welcome back, everybody. We got round number... Excuse me again. Sorry. Wow. Chug lemonade. Really good idea. Anyways, we're back. We got round number 2 just about to begin here. We got Melloace with a 1-0 lead right now over Cdrbystro. And let me get you a link again into both of their channels, so you can go wish them both good luck here. Mello's going to look to win 2-0. Bystro going to look to finish off his season by getting these next 2 back-to-back rounds won and get himself a win. So again, best of luck to these guys. Get a link up there. There we go. Finally linked up for you. So that'll get you again at Caggar.net and both of their channels. And again, we'll race once more through the Womb 2. Same rules apply this time. Keep in mind, next week when the playoffs start, yeah, we're going to Shale. So enjoy this. This is going to be the last week of going just through the Womb 2. After this, it gets way tougher for people. And they're off and running again, so best of luck. Mello actually starting off with a really great item here with Little Chubby. As you see right there, it's going to fire off in a straight line, whatever direction he's firing his tears, and shoot right through any enemies, including real good damage to boss fights. Ah, it sucks. Have a good one, Corn. And Bystro with a lucky foot means he's going to have a lot of luck gambling. It also gives him nothing but good or neutral pills from here on out, so no more stat downs coming off of any pill. And Bystro first to his boss fight, only the one bomb left. Ooh, and we, for the first time today, our favorite horseman, let alone a horseman for that matter. So let's all say, to Famine if you would. And Mello finding his boss fight as well, so this will even us directly up here. He's going to take on Gemini. Bystro will wind up with 1 cube of meat orbiting around him. That's going to do damage to anything it comes in contact with, actually twice your base tier damage. And also block shots for you. More and more of those that you get, Meat Boy actually winds up building up. Though you tend not to see 3- and 4-piece Meat Boy here in the races. Everybody really likes the orbitals. And speaking of, there's that cube of meat. Mello's gonna give himself the crown. So also a health up container, as he's got a half an eternal heart. So as he goes down to the next floor, that'll become Mello's 4th heart container. And again, with those yes grounds for Pageant Boy, a couple of pennies, so he's up to 8 cents. And no key for his new item room he come across. Ooh, Bystro may want to find 2 more cents. He may just take that soul heart, but I think he's going to go look for 2 more pennies on this floor. That 9 volt may not be a bad idea for later. There's Mello's key. And, ooh, this time mini mush. So speed and range increase. It's also going to, as you see, make it itty bitty. So he's actually almost smaller than his follower at this point. Little Chubby, not living up to his name. It's actually Little Mello and slightly larger Chubby. Actually, that could go down in history as a really good pickup line. You may want to use that, Mello. And again, Bystro with his boss fight finds going to worry about his item room before anything else. Mello still has to find his, going to hold on to some random pills for the time being. Again, unlike Bystro, he could get stats down on those, so he isn't going to worry about that until he's way lower on health. And again, Bystro, the never-ending problem. We got an item room, we've got no keys for it. So no way to get into that. He's going to backtrack, fight his boss, maybe hope for that box of items once again, so at least he can get in. But he is not having luck on his second floor. It's actually getting his items. Thankfully, at least he gets to make up for it with that 7 cents. He gets a 9 volts, so quicker charge on his space use items. Not so useful yet with the D6. Again, you can only use that against 7 items just this last week. We'll see about next week. Rules are going to change. Ooh, chili. Dang. That sounds so good. So about fighting their boss fights, we got, and you see where Little Chubby really comes in handy, but we got Melloace ripping on through Blue Larry Jr. That's why that 1 soul heart spawned. He also gets the cat of 9 tails, shot speed increase, so they'll travel faster on screen. Little bit of a heal for him on down to his caves. Curse of Darkness, as you notice, means he gets no mini-map appearing on his floor. Doesn't matter what you do to counteract it, that curse will override anything. And speaking of those Eternal Hearts, Bystro will find one as he takes out the Widow. So he'll wind up with a 4th heart container at least as he goes down to the next floor. And now make that a 5th as he winds up with more health on dinner. Mello was trying for a 2-for-1. Technically got that as he actually increased his bomb count by only using 1 there, but he was trying for a Secret Room as well. Curse of the Labyrinth, so again, Bystro with an XL floor on the caves, meaning 2 item rooms, 2 back-to-back boss fights for him to find. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but Mello's got cancer as his trinket, so that's going to double up your fire rate. Actually will overcap you as well. So let's say you find the odd mushroom, the small one with the fire rate cap out. You get that, you also get cancer, you have double capped out fire rate now, so you're a straight up tier firing machine. And that is a really phenomenal trinket to find, quite honestly. So still on the search for his item room. We know where Mello's boss fight is. Hopefully he'll remember that on this Curse of Darkness. hate Curse of Darkness is when you get lost and try to figure out where you're going to. I tend to walk into rooms that I've already been in and bombed out of, or, you know, something stupid to that effect. There's his item room. No key yet for Mello, though. We were hoping to find one on the way. No such luck. A little bit of a heal, if nothing else. And looks like he isn't going to bother with anything else. Maybe he is thinking about it. Going to go fight his boss right now. Why does my microphone volume keep moving? Whoa. Or much better. That should let me actually talk right in. There we go. I hate the Windows keeps changing my microphone volume. So Mello ripping on through Fistula here, and again, that spawned a whole bunch of bomb flies for him. Why'd I say Fistula? I meant to, or, excuse me, Husk. Wow, I can't think of names. More health up there for Mello, and again, he's going to move on down to his caves too. Right after we think about finding a key, it looks like. So he still wants into that item room pretty bad. Let's at least check that curse room. Oh, jeez. If he didn't pick the health up earlier, he may have considered that 9 lives dead cat, but seeing as he already picked his health up on this floor, he's going to leave that behind. So again, the no item room runs continue here. At least we get the one for free in the first floor, but after that, it seems to be a real issue getting keys. At least Bystro, again, has got enough keys, just has to find his item rooms now on this XL floor. Alright, back over to the right side of the map as we cleared everything else here for Bystro. There's yet another boss fight find on Mello's side. No keys, no item room showing up yet for him. Alright, decision time again. He's going to at least look for a key in his item room, if nothing else first, because Mello's already left one behind here. Bystro's still having no luck. Let's see where this splits off to. Fire rate increase on pills there for Bystro, and again, with the lucky foot, might as well take every single one that he comes across, because again, no stat downs on his side off of these. Where is Mello's item room? I'd like to actually see both of them show up here for Bystro too pretty quickly. This is getting kind of ridiculous on these XL floors. Let's see if Mello wants no part of this room. So now one last way for Mello to check. Wow, this just keeps going on Bystro's side. What's up, bud? Damn, what's up, Ecstatic? How you two doing? Hey, finally a key. When Mello does come across his item room, he's actually going to be able to get into it now. This game, man, I'm telling you, sometimes it just feels like a troll. There we go, finally coming across it on Mello's. And coming across the first of two on Bystro's side at the same time. Alright, so boom, we got 10 extra bombs on Mello's side. There's a Stars card. That's actually about the best thing the Bystro could have gotten out of that deck of cards. Teleports right on over to his second item room. Stars cards get you, again, right into your item rooms. We got, not really a good one for that second one, though. I don't like Wiggle Worm too much. Bystro's gonna take it, though, and you see his tears are now in a snake-like pattern, slithering around. Yeah, you get a fire rate increase off of it, but I'm not fond of that pattern in the slightest bit. Let's see, Book of Revelations would be, and looks like Mello is going to take it here. Question is, he's going to use it after the boss fight. There we go. He didn't want to force spawn, or in the boss fight, I should say. He didn't want to force spawn a horseman on him, but there you see he gets 1 blue soul heart out of that every time he uses it. But again, every time you do, on the set of floors you're on, you force spawn a horseman fight, and Mello didn't want to have one here for whatever reason, so he's fighting on Tank and Gertie at the moment. Again, Bystro just looking for 2 boss fights now. And Transcendence, meaning he gets to fly. So big advantage over on Bystro's side. That flying is huge. But again, you notice the damage differential is Mello's just going to sit in line, have Gertie get chewed to death here by Little Chubby. And speaking of those boss fights, we got back-to-backers coming up momentarily here for Bystro as well. First on down to his depths, though, is going to be Melloace on the right side. And he's getting a loading screen now. Come on, Flash. Ooh, there's that white screen. That's usually kind of indicative of it popping through right afterwards and maybe giving you an XL floor. Wow, that deck of cards again on Bystro. So now he has a Sun card he's holding on to. That's a full red heart heal. 100 damage to everything in the room. Map and compass reveal also. So nice cards coming out here. Ooh, no luck. It didn't flash through. It's a normal depths 1 on Mello's side. What's up, Gambit? How you doing today? Finally, with the key, we got an early item room find here for Melloace. That's got to be a first in this run. So in this case, he finds his Depths 1 item room before his boss fight. Actually has the key to get into it, too. Oh, happy day. So let's see, all sorts of items out of that box. Puberty does absolutely nothing. That's basically a dead pill. So we'll hold on to that Sun card on Bystro's side, head right on in with one of every other type of item, fight the champion version of the Hollow. Can't really blame him on that one, at least to get the full heal out of it, and it pretty well takes care of most of this. You can probably set up a nice chain reaction, too, with these bomb flies. So there you saw pretty much instantaneous kill on the Hollow, as the Sun card, like I said, 100 damage to everything in the room, and that's each piece on the Hollow, so he did about 1,000 damage across the room right there. And one last one. There we go. A little bit more health up and a free item room coming up here with that God room showing up for Bystro, in which we got the prayer card. Probably use it at least once here. Ooh, actually going to take it with him, too. That spawns that 1/2 an Eternal Heart. He's going to get another health up now, as that's going to become another health container for him. And every 6 rooms, you're actually able to use that. Keep in mind, because he's got the 9 volt, it's actually every 4 rooms. You get an automatic 2 charges on your space use item after you use it. So now he's up to 3, as you notice. He's already halfway there, but he's only building up 1 in each room now. And speaking of those Eternal Hearts, Mello's going to grab another one. Again, those are protected by your blue Soul Hearts as well. And keep in mind, Mello has used, and this is going to get interesting, he's actually, yeah, he has used it on this floor. So having used his Book of Revelations, I'm a little bit scared of the boss fight we're going to have here on Mello's side. Because we've seen this week already, if you use the Book of Revelations, like I said, it's going to spawn a horseman fight on one of the 2 depths floors. You already know that depths 2 is Mom's Foot. So we know for a fact that Mello's fighting a horseman on this floor now. Question is, does War glitch out and give him Conquest? We'll find out on the other side of this door, but we've seen it once already this week. This is why you really don't want to use that book on depths. Depths 1 at least. You can use it freely on depths 2 and not force spawn anything. Same thing with the Womb 2, for example. So Mello into the boss fight. Oh, good, Headless Horseman. So he got kind of lucky on this one, in my opinion. Maybe that's what he was hoping for, was the flying ability. So I'll have to ask him later on. I'm actually kind of curious about that move on his part, because there was a good chance that that was either War or glitched out War, meaning Conquest. Okay, what's up, sir? Feel like you're going on summer vacation? Dude, you think you feel like you're going on summer vacation? Dude, after tomorrow night, oh my god, my weeks get so much more open as far as time for me. Like, you have no idea. It's like, literally, I ended, like, double school or something. Like, I can't even think of a better terminology for it, but it feels like, you know, like, the amount of hours I put in on this, like, it's gonna be down to just 2 races a night, so 4 races a week. instead of 15 or 16. That's a slight bit more time, so I'm kind of happy with this. Mello also happy with his pickups here, so he's going to fly on that pony. He's thinking about that Booker Rev, but he's going to, yes he is, he's going to take flying with him on that pony. So he's got a charge ability, +2 movement speed and flying. Also just picked up Common Cold. You notice he has green tears now, putting out poison ability on each of those. Just a bit. You know, I just go to sleep and like I hear like the intro to BOILeR because I've played it so many times this year. Ah. Ooh, nice, gonna be in Chicago. Hell yes, dude. Hit me up, man. Alright, left hand on Bystro's side now is gonna force spawn a lot more red chests for him. Again, if you think about this combination, remember that Guppy's Tail that's been showing up a lot tonight. Guppy's Tail would force spawn a lot of lock chests. Left hand, technically speaking, kind of overwrites that, so they work hand in hand. Pun, sorry, I just caught that as I said it. Yeah, that was bad. You know what I mean, though. They work together very well, and the fact that that would spawn a lot of red chests for you, meaning that you could actually find keys. All the puns. All the puns. Alright, the good thing about the poison damage here for Melloace is that he doesn't have to worry about lining up his shots correctly on these knights. He can actually just go right ahead, poison them, and kind of sit back and wait for them to die. Cancer for the fire rate, definitely better than Isaac's head. Oh my. Oh my. Bystro wants 3 cents. Where is 3 cents? Because I see a carry blue candle on his side. Bystro wants money and he wants it now. It's my money and I want it now. So again, if you guys don't know what that candle does, that's actually the first time that's shown up in quite a while here in the races, let alone has a chance to be picked up. But we'll see if Bystro can't find his money, because that thing is so nice. Every 4 seconds you get to fire out blue fire with it that does an extreme amount of damage to what it contacts. It's pretty overpowered. But Mello blowing on through his steps too here. He's cleared out pretty much all of it. No key for that item room. Don't know if he's going to care too much, though, unless it happens to spawn in this room, because he won't be able to do anything about it should he go into his boss fight against Mom's Foot. So how lucky can we get? Key spawn? Yeah, not that lucky. So Mello is going to think about it. He's going to head on into his boss fight again. Unless you can teleport out of here, you're stuck in this room. So only thing you can do after this is head down to the womb. How's up, Retro? How you doing today? Yeah, QJG Wentworth. 877 cash now. God damn it, why do I know that number? You freaking catchy jingles. Ah. Anyways, halfway through Blue Mom's fight on the right side for Melloace. He's ripping through here. Use that double card, doubled up his damage on his tears, and you notice he's got those much larger red tears now. Getting a little bit more health up his 6 container. Cancer a little bit more valuable, I think, than that Polaroid is for him with all that health, so he'll leave the Polaroid behind. Get another possible loading screen error here. Come on, XL floor this time? There we go. This time it did happen. So Curse of the Labyrinth, meaning XL floor in the womb. You can see that just above his score, the 1 there. Oh, Bystro, you face-planted a banned item. Bystro. Bystro. Oh. Dead Sea Scrolls are banned, by the way, guys. So let's see those emotes roll through. But oh, that's a painful way to have to go back through and reset. Because again, this year, the banned items not allowed to be picked up, and we've seen that happen way too often. So again, those are banned because they can give you a one-time use of either Mom's Heart. Let's try that again. Can give you a one-time use of the Bible, which could one-hit kill Mom's Heart and Mom's Foot. And could also give you the shovel, which would give you a way down to the next floor every time that fired. What's up, Gino? How you doing, man? So again, Mello well in the lead here. That's one of the problems, like, you're in race mentality and you're just like, cool, free item, and you go blasting into it, and then you realize, like, oh, crap. I wasn't supposed to do that. It's happened a few times this year, so... And it's race mentality. That's all you can chalk that up to, is just, cool, free item. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. You know, it's like you're not thinking on, you're thinking on your toes, but you're thinking race like, gotta do this quick, you know, Sonic style, gotta go fast. So it's what happens sometimes. We've seen it happen a lot, too. And heck, for me, like, I was doing a BOILeR practice run at one point. I fought the Fallen in a boss fight, and he spawned the shovel on me. I killed him right where it spawned, so I immediately picked it up. Sometimes you just get screwed. By the way, that was the only practice run I attempted that night, and immediately stopped doing that ever again. But again, we got an XL floor working on, or the Melloace is working on here, meaning he's going to find 2 back-to-back boss fights. There still might be an arcade. There might be, well, there will be a secret room and a super secret room. Might be a challenge room, a blood challenge room, things of that nature, but there's no store, no item rooms here in the womb or anywhere past this point. So again, with that XL floor, really just looking to find a side-by-side boss fights. And speaking of side-by-side bosses, mini-boss style, you don't want to have to worry about Gemini, so he's probably never going back in that room. Hey, what's up, Mayhem? How you doing? Awesome, good to see you're feeling better, Gino. Bringing up a good point for next week. For next week and everything in the playoffs. Oh, God. Oh, my. So, Bystro finding himself polyphemus. Oh, my. That is sexy. So, huge damage up on your tiers. You do get a fire rate down, but again, you're making a lot more damage when you make contact with them. The months may have flown by, and keep in mind, like, 17 weeks of regular season end tomorrow. Think about the logistics of that. 16 races a week for 17 regular season weeks. Minus the one in there where we did the charity marathon, but we still did the 17th week, so whatever, moot point. 17 weeks of 16 races a week. And it ends tomorrow, and then we go into the postseason where it's at the most 4 races a week. Like, my life gets so much easier. Oh, I get to sleep. Ooh, and look at this. Melloace, speaking of making his life easier, gets right on through to his 2 boss fights here. So he'll have both of his womb boss fights to deal with, and he's looking for a 2-0 win to finish out the regular season. And again, if Mello does win this, he automatically clinches and already has a playoff spot. But he clinches the 5 seed, knowing full well that Wolf cannot overtake him anymore. Yeah, cough cough still counts as Monday for me because I don't get to go to sleep in the 6-hour time span between the last race and that one, Ravager. So I still count that as Monday. Until I go to sleep from when I woke up on Monday, it still counts as Monday to me. It just makes, somehow it makes it easier on me. I don't know why, but like that mentality makes it easier for me to figure out what day it is. Anyways, ripping through Daddy Longlegs here. One more spider to take care of. A little bit more speed increase with that belt. Not exactly what you're looking for on Mello's side, but he'll take it anyways. One more boss fight to go here. Again, could be the end of the regular season for both of these guys. Mello will be in next week's first round of the playoffs, though, so we'll see him again real soon next week. I don't know why, it makes it easier for me to remember what day it is if I do it that way. And again, with plenty of bombs, we'll see that double bomb technique. Perfect placement there to hit Monstro as he slid up right into that bomb. Perfect. Speaking of XL floors, Bystro also getting one again. So he had a basement XL floor, now he's also got a caves XL floor. So we're just all about the XL floor suddenly here. Had a Depths XL. We've had every type of XL so far. That's kind of weird. Normally we don't see basement XLs because most people won't take them and that you have to unlock 2 item rooms instead of just the second one. What's up, Jim? How you doing today, man? So that double bomb technique taking a lot more damage out. That death card going to do tons of extra damage to everything. Mello making sure that all those extra enemies are gone. It Lives will stay out the rest of the time. He's got 3.5 hearts left. It Lives doesn't have anywhere near that much. So she may be taking pot shots at Mello here, but he's just got a little more damage to put down. Everything clears out, and Mello's got his 11th victory of the season. Congratulations, sir, as he's clinched the 5 spot in the NFC. And we now know exactly who your first round matchups are going to be NFC-wise.